Hello again, this is Robert Veach here. This is my video review of the GEOYEAO brand, their 15.5 inch diagonal portable monitor. Let's take a look what's in here. This is the box that was shipped in, a really nice colorful box to complement the product. Let's open this up. So there's protective foam right there. Thanking you for the purchase, a 1-year warranty. And you can register there. There's contact information about the company right there. And here is the product manual included. This is the unit itself in plastic. And then it looks like there's a lower shelf right here. And we have power adapter, converts 120 to 5 volts. And that's going to provide the current supply for the actual monitor itself. And I noticed it is UL listed, and that's really good. That means that it's very safe to plug into your wall. And we have an HDI Mini to HDMI and a USB-A to USB-C right there. And this could be used for power and also a connection for USB-C to USB-C for power and or data. So this is how you're going to connect to it if you have a compatible product that will work with this. So here's everything that's included. Got the monitor itself, this nice outer cover which acts like a stand and a protector. We're going to show you a close-up of how this all works, and the cables that I mentioned in the power supply. So this protective cover makes it really easy to carry this. At one side has a strong magnetic plate on there. And here's a little magnetic latch, which is really nice. You open this up, and then here's the monitor itself. Let's take a look at the front of this. It has a protective coating on here. So we're going to remove that so we can show you how clear the image is. So this is magnetically held on with this back piece right there. Let's take a look at the connections right here. You see it has a headphone output, it has a power button right there, and a little wheel that has a push button in the center and then up and down like that. We're going to use that to show the menu. Then on the right side of the monitor you have your 2 USB-C ports, and that could be power or power and video, and then you have a micro HDMI port right there, so you can drive this directly with cameras and also computers depending on your setup. So this cable is specifically for power transmission because there's no battery on this monitor. So let's take a look at this again here. So you see it has USB-C, and it's a nice and long cable so that you can extend the connection, and this is going to go right on the output of the power supply, and this is going to plug into this bottom port right there, and that's for power. This is going to be used if you have a compatible device, and this is your signal cable, USB-C to USB-C. Now the manual does go over everything how to operate the device, and it does have tables of mobile phones that support video output, and they're talking about phones that will support video output on this USB-C, and there's certain models that do that. Not all phones do that. And then there's a list of laptop models that support video output also. If you don't have that capability on your device, then you just use the included HDMI to Mini HDMI. If you want to opt out of using this power supply, you could plug this into a power port USB-A, as long as it's more than 2 amps, 2 to 3 amps would be the best, and that's a way you could have it fully mobile, not have it plugged into 120 volts. Some laptops will support the power on the USB-A, and you could also power it that way also with your laptop. So here I'm holding it using the included cover, which has the magnets right there And then you see the little shelves right there that allow this to be held in place. And you have that position. You can also slide it forward and do that position just like that. So here I have the monitor powered and I have my camera pointed to it. And a good test for resolution is to have the camera pointed at a monitor, and you see it goes all the way down to infinity. And as I'm looking at it, I've got the studio light set here, but it's totally clear even all the way down to the center point right there, which is a really cool way to test out the quality of a monitor. So this is very, very clear. Now, I'm using HDMI right there, and that's the cable that was provided. So my camera is outputting HDMI. So it's a good time to go over some of the specs of this. This has blue light eye care, so they've minimized the amount of blue light on here for your eyes. It's a full 1080 progressive. It has a high dynamic range HDR circuitry, which allows you to have a really good contrast ratio. And it utilizes what's called in-plane switching, which is IPS display. And that means that the angle of the display doesn't change the brightness or the clarity. And that's what all modern displays have today. If they're good displays, this has that. And of course, it has that cool magnetic case and that tab that I demonstrated that holds it in place, and the 1-year warranty again. So this will work with a resolution up to full 1920 by 1080 with this IPS screen. Has vibrant colors, and that IPS I was talking about has 178 degrees of viewing experience on this. So what's great about this is I'm using the HDMI port, and I have another USB-C port, and if I had a phone or a laptop that would work with data over that, it could be used. You could be using this monitor for that also, so you don't have to use the HDMI. It really depends on your setup, depending on what equipment you're going to be connecting this to. But this is a very thin 0.47 of an inch, and this whole thing with this case only weighs 1.98 pounds, so just under 2 pounds for the weight of the whole thing. So it's very lightweight, so you can put it in your backpack and you could use it as an external monitor. I have another one of these, and I'm going to be testing it as a dual monitor on a mini PC, and I'm going to show you that. So this is a inexpensive monitor that is very high quality, and I've tested a lot of monitors over the years, and this is a really good value. You have a menu on here. Oh, another thing about this monitor is really nice. It has Freesync technology. It's an adaptive synchronization for LCD displays. It'll help eliminate screen tearing, stuttering, and jittering. It synchronizes the monitor's refresh rate with the frame rate from the GPU. So if you have a signal that's synced like that, whether it's on the mini HDMI or on the USB-C port, it will take advantage of that Freesync technology. So it'll cause that variable refresh rate to match the frame rate of your graphics card, whether it's AMD or Intel, and that's pretty cool, so that you could have a better looking display. If you have an Apple phone and you want to get video out, you can send 1080p through a Lightning digital audio video adapter and Lightning to VGA adapter, and you can get that separately if you want to drive this with an Apple phone product. On the side, left side, not only is there the power switch right there, but that's also where you have your up and down and your headphone. Now you're not going to see any signal, or you're not going to be able to gain access to this menu until you have a signal on the mini HDMI or the USB-C. So then you'll be able to get access to this menu. So when you push this in, you can see that you have the menu right there. Now you have the volume turned down because this does have a volume speakers in here. So if I use this up and down right here, then you can see I can advance that. You're going to get her feedback right here. Testing 1, 2, 3. So that's because it's amplifying my voice and echoing it back just like the image is being echoed back. So you have a full menu right here, and you could change a lot of the features of this using the scroll wheel. You can turn on the Freesync if you want. There's a whole bunch of options on here. Let's just go through some of these right now. You got brightness and contrast, eco mode, standard, DCR is offer on. You got sharpness control on there. And you got low blue light. You can decrease the amount of blue light even. Tells me the signal source is HDMI, and again there's the volume over there. And then you can see that you could change all those parameters quite easily on the menu system. It's also under miscellaneous. You got the brightness, contrast, eco, DCR, sharpness, aspect ratio. Then you got color temperature, red, green, and blue. You can adjust all those things. You've got OSD, vertical and horizontal OSD timer, transparency, auto power down, you can turn off and on, and HDR mode, you can turn that on and off if you want to have the automatic contrast control. So here I have it connected up, the GEOYEAO monitor, and I've got the little mini PC. Works perfect for this application because it's nice and small, and it's a really clear image. Very, very fast response. I'm using the Mini HDMI connection right there. And there is onboard sound, so you can hear me talking. So that's a review I just did of a karaoke product. So it works really well, and you could change the angle of this. Doesn't matter because it has an IPS display on there. And it's very clear, very fast. I love all the controls on this. I love the way it looks. The fact that I can fold this up and just bring it somewhere. The profile of this is really amazing, really thin. And the price point of this is really great. It's not expensive at all, and it works really well. I'm impressed with it. I'm going to give the GEOYEAO brand, this 15.6 portable monitor, a full 5-star rating. Please remember to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you're alerted to new video uploads. And if you thought this review was helpful, please hit the like button. There'll be an ordering link in the information section of this video review. When you order this product, please use that link to help support this channel. I hope this video review helped you with your buying decision. Thank you for watching. So I love this monitor so much, I decided to get another one. So now I've got 2 of them connected to my mini PC.